Friday, Friday, gotta get down on Friday. No, I hate that song. No, never. Never again. No, don't sing it. Never again. Hey, what's up, you guys? Welcome back to another episode of The Letter. We're going to continue. We're going to progress. We're going to push forward. And we're going to find out what this chick's story is. I really want to finish this. I really want to find out what her story is. We've been progressing really well. Seems like she's coming closer and closer and closer to asking for our help. I think that's what it is. We won't know unless we continue. So, without further ado, Gat van Messi with The Letter. See you guys at the end of the video. We stopped here, where we saw her in the bathroom kind of thing. Yes, now we're back in the classroom. You'd think being on my 4th cup of tea would provide any sort of comfort. That don't look like tea. That looks like something else. I'm sorry, that don't look, that looks like tea, yeah, but that doesn't look like tea. Or is this the 5th? Your 5th one! Damn, man. She's getting high.
And it is a natural conclusion.
I see, it's natural. Those are just stories, a centuries-old lore passed by the locals to keep children in line. What place doesn't have those? One of my Da's books even went as far as to describe them as a strong part of Isabella's culture. Tree giants, women who feed and unborn children straight from a mother's womb, or hell, there's even that one story about a demon baby. All folklore that never had a smidgen of truth in it. Most probably told to scare off the natives there back in the old days. Much like every other one in every other place. The world is more universal than people care to think. But looking at it from where I'm standing now, after staring right into the eyes of that woman, after all the things I've been hearing and feeling perhaps there's really more to that bloody letter than some awful Halloween prank.
Perhaps Isabella's right all along.
Yeah, she is right. Damn, how many times you got to tell her? Terrible thing if true. Though that thought doesn't linger long, thankfully. Soon the ringing of my mobile. It's Marianne. Why is Marianne phoning us? She phoning us from the crypt. Loaned out for... Oh, right, she loaned a book. How does she intertwine in this? She's phoning again.
Marianne?
Hello. Here I was starting to wonder if it was a bad time to call.
Your voice is stuttering a lot.
Is it?
No, not at all. I dismissed my last class a few minutes ago. I'm pretty much free for the rest of the afternoon. Unless something comes up. Is this about last time? The book?
Not really. I was hoping to ask you about some other thing.
Some other thing.
Oh, sure. What about?
You grew up in this city, didn't you?
Yeah?
Born and raised. 3rd generation migrant. Why do you ask?
So, you must be familiar with the local lore. The, stories?
Quite. If I'm going to teach about history, I'd like to think I am, yeah? But a family friend would be a better person to ask. If you want, I can contact him for you.
No. Let's just keep this thing between us, okay? It's nothing too big. Alright, have been really, odd.
Odd how?
Do you remember the mansion I mentioned back when we met?
Yeah?
My current project?
Uh-huh.
Ermengarde Mansion, yes?
Yes, that one. And, the thing is... Oh dear, this is a bad idea. You know what? Just forget I ever called you about this.
Must have been the sunny weather. It's making me sick and see stupid things. See things.
No, wait. It's alright, I don't mind.
I can't believe I'm asking you about this.
Spit it out, woman!
It's fine. Why don't you just think of it as some form of research?
Well, All right. But after this, we're going to forget we ever had this talk.
My lips will be sealed. Now, what is it about the mansion?
Just, what do you know about it? The general gist. The place's past. What happened to the owners? Anything you can give me.
Let's see. To start off,
there's a menacing bloody ghost killing people. That's what we're going to start off with.
That's all there really is to it?
as far as I know, there's this little bit I forgot to mention about Lady Charlotte Ermengarde's death, but most of those are just theories. Aside from that, this is really everything we've been teaching all these years. Should there be anything more?
No mention of any other weird stuff? Other crazy stories? Or a letter of some sort?
My blood runs cold. Any warmth and comfort the tea I've drank has given me prior has instantly been drained out of me. The phone creaks softly as my light hold on it turns into a firm grip. This whole letter bullshit is starting to turn into more than a coincidence.
None that I've heard or read of. What does a letter have to do with this?
Oh, no. It was just something I came across. Ignore it. Random thoughts, you know? By the way, I need to run. Thanks for answering my questions.
No problem.
Just what the hell did we get ourselves into?
I don't know, woman. I'm trying to answer that myself. Oh, God. It's douchebag again. All those good vibes disappear into thin air when I run headfirst into Luke. There's really something in this man. Regardless of how much my opinion of him has changed over the span of a few hours, he simply blasts through every good impression people have of him without care or thought. He doesn't even need to open his mouth, his mere presence does it. In all honesty, I think he's the kind of guy only a mother can love.
You're still here?
Obviously. Who do you think's standing in front of you?
A douchebag, that's what.
Oh, come on, Daisy. You've done better than that. Losing your touch?
I don't know, you want me to get it back?
Luke, I don't have time for this. I'm heading home, and your face is the last thing I want to see before I leave. What do you want?
Blatantly, I notice his hand. Partly raised, almost poised for a knock. At a slight lift of an eyebrow, he quickly drops it to his side and turns to Kylie. Ugh, the kid. Alright. She's standing a few steps away from him, holding her hands behind her back and toeing at something on the floor with the tip of her shoe. Then he proceeds to make vague gestures at me and the child. He resembles a fish flopping for air with the way he's moving his arms, though I think he's trying to urge her to speak up.
Munchkin, I thought you wanted to tell her something.
You do it, Tio.
This wasn't my idea, darling.
Don't worry. I won't tell Tia what you told me the other day. And this morning.
You, come with us.
Okay, where am I going?
What makes you think I will?
Because little Rugrat here is upset and worried, and it's your bloody fault. I've no idea what happened this morning, but if you don't come with us, I won't be hearing the end of it from her. So do me a favor, Daisy, and just be glad I'm inviting you.
You're asking for a favor, and you can't be bothered to be polite? I don't know. It's been a really busy day for me. I kind of miss my couch.
Daisy, you just say yes.
A pause follows, almost too dramatic. Afterwards, his face twists into something between a grimace and a smile. What the fuck does that look like? Like that.
Please?
Oh,
Tia said it'd
thanks,
be
please.
his treat.
His treat. I don't like treats.
What? I said no such thing, Munchkin. I only agreed to this because you requested it. I'm under no obligation to feed her.
I promise I'll be quiet the next time I visit.
Oh, all right, but just one meal and make it the cheapest.
He and Ashton will get along famously on that department.
Amos, you don't have to feel sad anymore, okay?
I'm not sad. I want to go home.
Oh, well,
Ashton. Hey, Becca. I'll be around Salemwell this evening. Need to meet someone in the area. I might have to drop by yours and Isabella's place after. Okay. Just the usual. And like what he does to Zachary, Ashton has the decency to let us know when he's dropping by or he's in the area for some business. From the way it's phrased, it sounds to be the latter. Either way, I'm glad he's at least aware of the boundary. Not that Isabella's ever going to let him leave the building unscathed if he ever pulls the same stunt he does with the other man. What other man? There's another man?
Well, Daisy, we're waiting here.
I have other things to do. Okay, but only because Kylie asked. Alright, let's do this.
okay, but only because Kylie asked.
Kylie's face instantly lights up. Eh. For the third time today, she tackles me into a hug before pulling away and dragging me by the hand towards the building's exit.
That's alright. I'm sure Theo doesn't mind. He let me pick where we're going to eat. Don't worry, it's just close.
Alright, no problem. Luke follows closely behind and perhaps out of some desire to keep the dead air away, I can't resist throwing in a quip.
Keep your distance. You better not do anything funny, you hear?
I'm the one who should keep my distance. May I remind you who approached me first and what you did right after?
Let's just go, you pompous prick.
Oh, I remember it clearly. But perhaps it's you who needs a reminder. You seem to have never learned your lesson. Care we give it another try? Maybe this time it'll stick.
Maybe this time it'll stick. You think you're scary? I'll show you what's scary.
That was that. Shit. Of all the places nearest to the school, Kylie picks this one. And waiting for food to be served is as awkward as I've imagined it would be. Not the bad sort though, the pleasant kind. Surprisingly, Luke's an okay bloke when he tries. As long as you're willing to look past the tactless remarks or we're not exchanging acerbic quips. It's clear he's making an effort for this to be as fun as possible for the 6-year-old by being chattier. Even going as far as to laugh when Kylie's story calls for it. It's an interesting thing to hear from the man.
And your friend? Did you make up with her?
Yep. She said she just saw something she didn't like. She didn't accept the jellies, though. She told me to give it to you instead. She knows you like the red ones, too.
Very well. Hand it to me later. I'll bring some of them home. I think your Tia would love to have some.
What a terrible liar. Once Kylie wanders to the nearby bookshelves after having lost interest in the conversation. However, we both revert back to silence. On our own, we have little to talk about aside from a few questions about the other here and there. At one point, it does veer on local politics and history. He's surprisingly versed with it that he can hold a decent conversation without throwing a jibe.
Why don't you just look somewhere else?
I can't. If I turn elsewhere, I might end up looking at the Bobfuck right behind us.
What the hell was that?
Bobfuck? Do I even want to ask?
I don't want to hear it. If it's coming out of his mouth, it can only be either rude or offensive. Regardless, he continues.
Everything looks good. But have you seen the face?
Huh? What are you talking about?
True horror.
What is wrong with you? You know, I frown about this in practice, but that mouth needs to be washed out with a particularly potent soap. Preferably by your own mum.
A shame she isn't here,
For whatever reason, that puts an end to that talk right away. He returns to watching his godchild, who has found a particularly interesting picture book and is now poring over it while I turn back to my mobile. Still no message. Will it kill him to at least send a message, check if I were home? Meanwhile, Luke's silence lasts all but 10 seconds.
What is it with the damn mobile? Are you on a curfew?
Why do you care? Maybe I am on a curfew. Have you even asked if I got a boyfriend or a husband?
And what is it to you? I don't think it's any of your business what I do with it.
It is my business, alright?
Huh?
1, I'm the one paying here. 2, I'm being forced to eat dinner in a place this stuffed and noisy. Lastly, it's been 10 minutes, the food isn't here, and I'm hungry.
And that's my problem. How is that my problem?
What you're doing with the mobile is annoying and distracting, when the least you can do is keep things entertaining while I suffer.
Great.
That's your problem? Shouldn't you be more worried about how this entire affair looks to other people?
Oh, I didn't realize this was one. You move fast, Daisy. You could have informed me first, you know.
What the fuck? This is not what that is, okay? Jesus.
Had I known, I would have taken you someplace nicer.
You prick, you wanker. You're everything under the sun except for nice and courteous and gentleman. You know, gentleman. This is a wanker.
Why did I ever think this was a good idea?
It was never a good idea.
Did it ever occur to you how inappropriate this might look to everyone?
Why should I care? It's only inappropriate if you make it out to be. Relax. I won't do anything to make your boyfriend angry. He doesn't even need to know we dined out. It'll be our dirty little secret.
What's happening? I don't understand.
He's not my boyfriend.
The words come out with more force than I've intended. By the time I realized my slip-up, his lips already spread in a sneer.
Oh, so there is someone. You're so easy to read.
Please, I can't. No, I can't.
Is everything you said how you plan to act, if that man of yours ever ends up with you? Cling to him? Put him on a bloody pedestal? Let him become the center of your universe? Although with how long this seems to be going on, I think you've already done so. Marriage will just be icing on the top.
What's happening?
Like some sort of reward for you, isn't it? For being a good, patient, loyal little girl all this time, never looking at another man. What? You must have been having a grand time with someone pining over him this long. I'm a little envious, to be honest. Maybe also a little surprised he hasn't suffocated from all your attention yet.
Laugh all about it if you want. It's not like you'll ever understand.
Look for silent. Did I struck a nerve? You struck plenty of nerves in me, man. Damn.
You're right. But I do know not to mistake love for obsession, woman. They are not the same
I don't need to answer that. What right do you have? I don't need to answer that. Damn. This ass doesn't need to hear them. And neither is he entitled to them just because he just... whatever the fuck that word is. So I look away, hoping my own silence would be enough of an answer for him. And it is, for a moment. Up until warm, furious tears prickled behind my eyes. No, don't cry in front of him, Jesus. All because of this man. I hate him.
Are you crying? Are you going to cry?
Yeah, I am.
Stop that right now, woman. Or I'll...
Is he blushing?
You shut up!
He clams up almost before I could finish.
You're an annoying bag of dick! You know that?
Damn!
I hear another word from you. I'm sewing that bloody mouth shut myself!
It does do the trick. Not to the effect I've hoped, but the moment I've snapped at him, the stinging at the back of my eyes melts away and a strange calm overcomes me. A fragile thing when found in the middle of a busy coffee shop. That's for sure. These people are petrified. Treat them nicely, you babe. You are insulting me.
You're the last person I'd ever want to comfort me. Even if we're the only two remaining people on Earth. Don't flatter yourself.
Okay, have it your way, Daisy.
And stop calling me Daisy!
For what it's worth, Rebecca, I didn't ever think that's all there is to you. Why else would I leave my own goddaughter in your care if you're just some lovesick woman?
He's brought us flowers, has he?
For someone important.
Oh, it's not for us. Great, we're back at home. A whole different set of questions awaits me. Much like everything today, it comes with the littlest of things. A lone note greets me upon reaching my unit's door. Its edges flutter lightly against the faint, warm breeze passing through the small complex. My hand stops short of twisting the knob as I stare at it, though I don't make any moves to take it. Dropped by earlier, you weren't around. Any ideas where Scaredy Cat is? I couldn't contact her. Inspector Abigail has a few questions, LPD stuff. Something about her dead co-workers. Anyway, let me know how the two of you have been doing. I'll see you later, Ash. Okie dokie. Any other day, the former part of his message will likely prod at the piercing envy I've been holding, while the latter will probably send my heart aflutter. Little things from him that I want to mean something more. Yet this time only guilt fills me and my eyes briefly shifts towards Isabella's empty unit. Luke's words repeat inside my head as I do
Oh,
so.
that's worth, Rebecca. I didn't ever think that's all there is to you. Why else would I leave my own goddaughter in your care if you're just some lovesick woman?
Have I always been like this?
This selfish. In truth, I've intended to call Ash after that dinner. If I didn't catch him here, invite him to that party like I've planned. There's time and he's still probably awake at around this hour. But my hands won't move, and perhaps it is for the better. Until I've had the time to think this through, it'll be best if I distance myself from those I've been clinging tightly to. Find a different perspective and see things for what they are. With a soft sigh, I reach for the note and crumple it under my hand. Oh my god, that knob. She opened it so quickly I thought it was the ghost. The knob twists open with much ease when I enter this time. Maybe after some introspection it'll be easier. For tomorrow I have that woman in the mansion to worry about. Which woman? It's Friday, Friday, gotta get down on Friday. No, I hate that song. No, never. Never again. No, don't sing it. Never again!
What?
Ow!
Do you have any idea how much trouble you could get in?
What the hell is going on?
That's why I'm asking you for help.
Is this what you've been doing these past 3 days? Because this doesn't make your case convincing, Isabella.
Rose died, Ash.
I know. Every single person in Luxburg knows. It's on the damn news. But that doesn't mean...
People are missing. Some of those are my friends. And BRC's just covering it all up.
You can't just barge into my office and expect me to do anything about it, right off the bat. This isn't a children's game, Isabella. We have procedures. We have to follow protocol. There's red tape all over this case for a reason. We sure as hell don't investigate things just because some stupid letter spooked us.
Ash, you have to believe me this time. If we don't do anything right now, more people will...
It's been a whole week. This stupid letter prank is getting old real fast. I'm sick of it. It was funny the first time, not so much now.
You're the only one that can help me with this, Ash. Even Rebecca won't.
All right, you two are awfully loud. What's going on here?
Both of their heads snap up almost in unison. Yes, it's me. I'm speaking now.
Well, if you want to continue this, you two better do it elsewhere. You're disturbing other people.
Don't worry, we're done here.
No, we aren't. Becca, I looked it up. I called them. I visited some of them and...
Which you shouldn't have done in the first place.
Some of who?
Isabella, you're going to create more problems for us with what you're doing.
What the
The team
hell
has
is she
already
doing?
been assigned to it. Leave it to us.
Your precious team is looking at it the wrong way. Becca, it's not just Rose. There are others.
That last bit strikes a chord, prods strongly at a memory. At that vicious smile already etched deeply inside my mind. The image appears clear enough that at the mere mention of it I stumble on my own question.
What do you mean?
The letter, Rebecca! It's not...
It's nothing. If there's really something going on because of that dumb letter, none of us would be standing here. We've all read it, haven't we? But Rebecca's alive, Zach's alive, I'm
We
alive.
don't know that.
So for the last
we don't
time,
know
this
Zach's
isn't
alive.
A curse.
We don't
There's
know
a
if it's
murderer
alive.
on the loose, and your co-workers happen to be the victims. Give it a rest, Isabella. It's too early for this shit.
Don't you think that's too much for a coincidence?
Not so much. Most serial killers follow a pattern. I'll tell you about it some other time. And anyway, coincidence or not, the point is, civilians like you aren't supposed to get involved. You're putting yourself in danger.
Will the both of you slow down and stop arguing for a minute? What's this about your coworkers, Belle?
Becca, please don't tell me now you believe this shit.
Sure, in a heartbeat I'll agree with Ashton. That's how it has always been, besides having a very good point. Really, they're the very same ones he'll make every time I ask too many questions. But the fact of the matter is, what he wants to hear from me right now is far from what I've been seeing, sensing these past few days. Bella, you shouldn't be doing these things. I might have seen her. Yes! Come on, you tell the truth. Imagine the look his face doesn't take too much effort. His entire posture shifts the moment my reluctance shows, shoulders tensing, brows furrowing, eyes gaining a sharp edge. He's already bracing himself from the disappointment, and it will be a disappointment. Not in a million years did I ever believe I'll be saying this either.
I might have seen her. The woman Belle's been telling us about. The one she said she saw in the attic.
Both of them stare at me like I've grown an extra head, and for a few moments Ashen looks as if he's about to have a fit. A pause treads as its heels after, a silence thick enough one can almost hear a pin drop.
You're kidding, right?
Nope.
Do I look like I'm joking?
Really, Becca? Not funny.
Ash, I'm not lying. Why would I lie about this? It's been this way since the film fest. The past few days have been really odd since we read that letter.
Or maybe you're all just feeling under the weather.
I'm not sick. Don't you think I'd know that by now?
Becca, you're starting to sound like Scaredy Cat. Give me a break.
Why don't you?
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, you two. It's all my fault.
Oh my god, Jesus!
This is all my fault.
No!
I was only hoping I could fix this before any of you. I'm sorry for dragging you all into this.
What the hell are you gonna do, woman?
Belle, there's nothing to fix. The problem is...
Just this once, Ash. You don't have to come with me. But if I don't do anything, I am going to regret it.
Wordlessly, Isabella steps back and runs off, leaving only a muttered thanks and a small, like, whatever the fuck that word is. Damn, I've never said lackluster. What does that mean?
Did you really have to tell her that?
What do you want to hear from me then? That everything's fine?
No, I want all of you to stop putting these ideas in her head. None of it is helping. Never mind. Don't worry about her. I'll bring her back here.
Ash, I know you don't believe in those things she's saying. And you know me. I'm less inclined to believe in those things as you do. But I've seen something. There's something strange going on here. You don't have to buy it. If you don't want to listen to me, fine. But please, try to hear her out. It's bad enough that Isabella goes off like this without telling anyone. I'm just worried something might happen to her if she keeps at it. Talk to her, okay?
As if she trusts me enough for that.
Doesn't the fact that she approached you first about this, instead of me, already say a lot?
Tonight, hopefully. Where this all started will provide the answers I'm looking for. We're at the Ermengarde Mansion. Is this when we go for the party? Yes, party time. Come on, we gotta see a ghost.
Becca, what are you doing here?
I come for the party.
I was invited.
Yeah. I was.
Really? I had no idea you were friends with the host.
Well, it's my parents, actually. But that's beside the point. What are you doing here? You hate parties.
I still do. I'm just here on behalf of a friend.
Okay.
That's rare. Do you have someone with you then?
Nope, just me. I won't be staying long.
Well, if that's the case, maybe you and I can...
Chief?
Chief?
Ashton, what's...
Sorry, Becca. I need to... There's something I need to check for a bit.
But
I'll
we
talk
were...
to you later.
We were gonna go together.
Do you have a ride home?
No.
No, I had to take a cab here. My car wouldn't start this afternoon. But what about...
I told you to get that old thing checked before, didn't I? You can head back with me after this.
Great, we'll go together.
Anyway, I gotta go. See ya. Be careful, okay?
Yeah, sure, no problem. But just remember to pick me up.
Hey! Yes, I'm at the party already, Mom. Yes, I'll say hi to her if I can.
Okay, here we are in the ballroom. We saw this part before with the hostess, the wife. Okay, we were here with the wife when that banshee. Oh yeah, the banshee's gonna come in here just now. It's Hana. Yes, childhood friend. Our mother, well, her mother basically was her tutor or whatever, and that's how they know each other. Yes, here we are. Okay. Now just don't freak out, because the ghost is gonna
No, such
pop
a
up
violent
at
many
any
years.
moment now.
That's right. Although I'm not sure.
It's more the last...
Just don't go murdering. I don't want to. I am pregnant with your little bastard. You promised me you'll take responsibility.
Look at Hannah's face.
God damn it, Luke. I finally got you to talk to me after months of silence, and you do this to me. What do you mean you're pregnant with... Luke, is this true?
Lies and slander, woman!
Lies and slander. Lies and slander.
Security! Yo, Hans, take her out of here before she makes an even bigger fool of herself!
No, you do not do this to me. I was so ready to leave my stupid oaf of a husband. I told you to leave that damn wife of yours.
Who's her friend, by the way? It's in her eyes when she turns to her, the face of someone who demands she be given the same respect she has
You
long
are
deserved.
no longer welcome in any of our estates, our properties, and our businesses. And we will no longer patronize yours. Now, escort the girl and make sure she isn't standing even an inch within our grounds.
Whoo! Anna's outrage is a strange sight to witness after those smiles and the grace she has carried herself through the entirety of the party. Like this, her eyes burning bright with fury, I don't doubt she can do those so much more, ruin the scandalous woman if need be. Shaming her is already an act of mercy, generous enough, coming from her.
You won't show your face to me ever again if you know what is good for you, Rochelle. Take her away.
Take her away!
You can say that again. It was awful.
Let me guess. Ashton.
What makes you think he's my problem?
Just a hunch. And, it's all in your face, actually.
Is that obvious?
Why does he have to? I don't understand that man anymore.
Like I always say, you should just...
Oh, you can bet your ass we're going to have a very long talk. I'm not letting him off easy this time.
I'm sure he has a good reason. He won't say it, but he likes being around us. Heck, we're probably the only people he likes. He ain't gonna ruin that for something stupid. He can be dense, but he ain't dumb.
We'll see about that. I just want to go home. Are you done here?
Nah, sorry. I can't until the party ends.
It's all right. I'll just take a cab or something. I'll see you later, Zachary.
Yeah. See you around, my main man. I really hope you're alive. It pains me. As it turns out, the night isn't done with me yet. Huh? Because no sooner has the porter closed the door behind me, I find myself standing alone in the foyer with one Luke Wright. No sign of his wife. Just him and the agitated clicks his shoes make while he treads around the empty room, away from the media's prying eyes and their guests' judging stares. It's easy to glean how much the scandal has him shaken. Not to the point where he has utterly lost his composure, appears to have mastered himself enough not to. Okay.
What, Daisy? Must you be everywhere?
Oh god.
We've only met 3 times, Luke. Quit the dramatics. Besides, shouldn't you be aware of who gets invited to your party?
If I was, there wouldn't be any of that scene tonight. That Munter wouldn't even get an inch within this property. I'd ban her off Luxborn if I could. Did you just come out here to lecture me about it? Because, Daisy, I've had enough of it for one night. I don't need to hear another one.
You are a very unpleasant man.
Very pure and utter wanker. Prick wanker.
So I've been told. Will that be all? If so, I suggest you go back and join every bloody goss in that room.
Is it true? You should be with your wife. You should be with your wife.
You know, brooding over here isn't going to fix this mess.
Again with the lecture.
Will you stop calling it that?
Very well, what should we call this then? A heart-to-heart? Please don't, I might puke. And just so you know, I don't want to talk about feelings. Ever.
This isn't one, all right? It's just a friendly concern. Bloody hell, can't you just take it for what it is?
He pauses at that. Suddenly he doesn't know what to do with his hands, and in the end he simply stuffs them back to his pockets and sulks. There probably aren't many people who tell him that. He's a difficult man to get along with after all. I honestly won't give him a second of my time if I didn't see a different side to him. Dealing with him requires more than patience. When the awkwardness passes, mostly coming from him, he merely glances away. But the tightness in his shoulders has eased, and when he speaks again, despite his rather rude choice of words, none has any venom in it.
Friendly concern. Right. While we're at it, I should mention that Hana used to call that Viper friend. Now I think she might want to strangle the Munter if she sees her again. After she's done with me, of course.
I doubt she's going to do anything like that.
What do you even know about this?
Oh, I know enough. You may look like a sleazy douche, and you still are, by the way.
It's almost comical how fast his face shifts from mild disdain to offended, but I don't let it distract me. These things need to be said, and he needs to hear them.
But you have your few good moments. I might even say that you're a decent person, if I'm in the mood. Now go. If you really love her, you've got to try and fix this yourself.
Maybe tomorrow.
Luke!
Daisy, did you see her earlier? Was that the face of a wife who wants to have a chat with her cheating husband?
Well, at least you admitted you did something wrong. Good for you. How about a star? Would you like a star to go with that good deed?
Don't get used to it. Do you realize how awkward this is?
Oh, I do.
Before I've even thought about what to say, I've known there can only be two ways this can go. All things considered, it isn't as bad as I've assumed. However, there are still some things my brand of encouragement can't fix. His marital problems first and foremost, his attitude follows right after. Concerns aside, I can't help with those. Those are things only he can fix, and it's definitely not by standing around here, bantering.
Don't worry, I was just about to leave. Feel free to continue with your brooding once I'm gone. I'm not going to tell anyone. Cross my heart.
You think this is funny, Daisy?
Yeah, bloody hilarious. What? Oh shit. Looming, hovering over his shoulders, drawn to him like a moth to a flame. She's like wrapped around him, damn. Like the first time I've stepped inside this place is in search of Isabella. He was there too, wasn't he? That man along with his wife and another person, Miss McCulloch. And that shadow. No, a woman now. Her, no longer a dark blur. Terror rushes through every vein in my body. A crippling sensation gripping every part of me while she stares at me with a glare filled with nothing but hate and venom. It's like staring at the eyes of a woman I've unknowingly robbed of something precious. I try to say something. A warning. But before I can gather my wits and voice it out, someone shuts the door behind me. As if to keep outsiders away from the secrets this mansion possesses. The hell? Brush of fresh air against my cheeks does little to dampen the chill in my bones. What the fuck, man? We just saw her again. As Rebecca. Alright, you guys. I think I'm going to leave the episode there. If you liked it and enjoyed it, don't hesitate to hit that like button and subscribe for some more content. And leave me some suggestions as well. I always love reading your guys' comments. It's so amazing. I'm so grateful. We are playing Rise of the Tomb Raider. Alright. We're doing that. So stay tuned. I really enjoyed reading your guys' comments during the live stream. If you guys like the live stream with the gameplay, please let me know and I'll continue doing it. I want to do World War Z as a routine thing. Like maybe do it like every Saturday or maybe every Sunday night. You know, get the times right so you guys can play with me if you want, or I can play with you guys, whatever the opportunity presents itself. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Until then, have an awesome day or night in the gaming world. Cheers.